Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. It's April 7th. Today's video is super quick. Okay. The video that you're going to watch for the assignment has tons of good information. I just kind of want to really quickly kind of summarize erosion. Okay. So weathering, we said, was the process where big rocks become smaller rocks. Okay. Erosion is now when those smaller rocks, or sometimes medium rocks, whatever, are moved. Okay, so when weathering happens, we're typically thinking it's like somewhat stationary, right? Like we have like a big, so think like the big rock with the crack in it. Okay, we looked at some of those pictures yesterday. Whether it was water that got in there and froze and cracked that rock, or maybe a plant grew in there, that rock is basically in the same place, right? But over millions of years, that rock's going to break down. Okay, and then let's say like a creek comes through. Okay, and now there's water moving through, and some of that small rock is now taken downstream. That is going to be, for us, erosion. Okay, that's going to be the way we think of it. So when those rocks that were weathered are moved by natural forces or other forces. Okay, so like if there was a landslide, that would be erosion. Okay, yesterday we talked about how like if there's goats walking up a mountainside, those goats are stepping on the rocks, breaking those rocks, that would be weathering. If they're stepping and they're climbing up that hillside and they're pushing dirt down the hill, that is an example of erosion. Okay, so like a landslide or dirt moving down a hill from other means, that's erosion. Wind blowing dust away or blowing soil away, that's erosion. Water taking the topsoil from one place to another, that's erosion. Okay, so taking a look like this picture, that soil that's being hit by that water is going to take some of that soil down with it. That's an example of erosion. Okay, that water simply hitting the beach, breaking that sand apart, we could say is weathering. All right, so these things are very similar. Okay, I don't want us to get confused, but like the Grand Canyon. Okay, the Grand Canyon is a perfect example of erosion. Okay, if you take a look at this picture over here on the left, we see there's a body of water at the bottom. A lot of people asked yesterday, well, why isn't there anything at the bottom of the Grand Canyon? That's my bad, I guess. The Grand Canyon has the Colorado River in it. Right, so there is a major river that's running through the Grand Canyon. That is what created the Grand Canyon. So that water over time, right, taking a little bit of dirt and taking a little bit of dirt and taking a little bit of dirt and taking a little bit of dirt is what created this massive canyon in the ground, right? So giving millions and millions and millions of years, erosion can have major impacts. Okay, so yesterday we said that rock faces can change and mountain faces can change from weathering, right? Those rocks breaking apart. Now think how geoscience processes change the face of the earth, like with erosion, the Grand Canyon, right? Something as major as this huge canyon we now have in our earth used to just be a flat, like a flat scenery, right? It was just flat land, that water was running through it. Over millions and millions and millions of years, we have a major, major, major feature of the earth. Okay, so that would be a perfect example of how the geoscience process, erosion, would change the face of the earth. Okay, so that kind of helps look forward to that IB assessment tomorrow. Like I said, I wanted this assignment or this lecture to be super quick. You're still going to have to go watch the other video more than likely to get all the answers, but I just kind of wanted to identify some misconceptions and help answer some questions that I've already seen popping up. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Peace out. Happy Wednesday.